I wanna be a billionaire, so freaking bad. Buy all of the things I never had.
Right, let's have a look what we've got here. Coming to an end with all this, aren't we, this week? AJ, I want to be a billionaire. The AJ story, what can we say about AJ? Well, we all saw the press conference, didn't we? Jumped down off the stage, being aggressive, swearing, blowing kisses at that lad's mum, and speaking to media like crap, wouldn't answer proper questions, and Sky Sports were dubbing or muting anything that Miller said. We know why, don't we? To keep the AJ brand going. Now, I'm not sure how many sponsors that AJ's got, but this is how I look at it. I know there's StubHub involved, isn't there? What a shambles that is, isn't it? StubHub. He's walking around puffing his chest out, and he's got StubHub all over t-shirts. There's no shame in these people, is there? Now, since AJ started on pay-per-view, they've put it up, haven't they, to £20. They slipped it in £20, why not? Well, he's on a third at pay-per-view money, isn't he? So work that out. It's his show. If he does 1 million buys, he's getting an extra £1 million. Twice a year, it's 2 million, isn't it? Minimum. Lynx spray on deodorant. Audimar's watch, the one that got stolen off him, I heard. Under Armour, multi-million-pound deal. Lucozade, Beats headphones. This is a good one. This one. This is what's tickled me. Somebody said to me last night that who's to say that Joshua ain't going to go on YouTube now that he's got his own image rights. So remains to be seen, doesn't it? But now he's got his image rights, he's got an earner there for life on YouTube anyway, following he's got. We've got the makings here of a greedy man. Now when I look at the reports and I delve into it and do my own work, what sort of man says if you beat him and take his belt off him that he wants 60% of the rematch? What sort of man says that? What sort of man does that? Eh? What sort of man does that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, it was good, wasn't it, Rico, that? It was good. But we're just looking through this here. What happened to... I'll just turn this off because I'll not get no done. I'll be answering this and it's real where I'm filming. What sort of man sits at a press conference and talks about legacy and says it's not about money, and then puts all his fights on YouTube? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. I don't get it. And asks for 60%. I don't get it. I just don't get that. And what were the other thing? Is it his mate? Which one of his security? The guy Skins, is it? He's threatened a cameraman, has he, allegedly, and squirted water on some cameraman or some young kid or something who were holding a camera. I don't know full ins and outs. I've not seen it, but if that's true, that's not good, is it, in my opinion? Or if it were that big lurch guy, what's he called, Neil or something, him who grabbed hold of Parker's manager. You know, I saw him at a presser, Joshua there, and he were running about with coffees for him. He's security man, him. He were there with coffees. bit like I used to do for them. I used to make tea though with Manuka honey. Only if I'm making myself one. I'm nobody's tea boy. But you know what, the main thing that bothers me is the Sky pay-per-view going up £3. That got me raging. And then StubHub, and then I hear him come out with his tweet saying he wants to be a billionaire. Now, then I hear things like that, then I think straight away, he's not going to want to fight Tyson Fury. He'll get his ears boxed off. He's not going to want to fight Wilder, because if he gets hit like Vladimir hit him, he'll get knocked out Sparko. And Vladimir isn't as fast as Wilder and don't punch as hard. And Wilder's 10 years younger than him. So I look at things like that, and I look at these appearances at Graham Norton's show, and then I see him in Daily Mail having £400 skin grafts and bragging about looking at private jets to buy. You know, stay humble, be humble, man of the people. You know, but when I hear all that, and then the refusal to do an all year round VADA test, I think, what is it about this guy that I don't get? Why is he a protected species? And then we know, don't we, why, don't we really? We know why. It's because there's that many people with their snouts at the trough, isn't there? Imagine if you're in a pigsty and I turn up. If you're a pig and I turn up at the pigsty and I've got a bucket of tatey peelings, right? And I pour them into that sty. All them pigs are going to come running after them, aren't they? And the big daddy pig, he's going to be the one in charge of them all, isn't he? Now, Joshua's like the daddy pig, isn't he? He's like the landlord, isn't he? You heard him, didn't you? Rigsby Rising Damp. Joshua, he's paying the rent for all of them, isn't he? McCracken, Freddie Cunningham, Skins, all of them, isn't he? Lurch, that big Lurch guy, 6'10". Can't fight for toffee. But he's paying all of them, isn't he? Eddie Earn, they're all employed by him. Now, when you employ them all, you're the fighter, you're in charge. If Joshua wanted to fight Tyson Fury and Wilder, all he'd have to say to Eddie Earn is, Eddie, make it happen. Now, Dennis once told me a story about Montel Griffin when he faked that injury against Roy Jones. Now, Roy Jones came over to Jersey and stopped at Dennis's. He did an evening with Roy Jones. I can't remember what it was, if it were that place on Cliff, or is it or at Royal Yacht Club. I can't remember where it were at, or if it was Dennis's hotel. But he did an evening with Roy Jones over there, and Clinton was there, Dennis, a few others. This was before I knew Den. And he was telling him a story about after the fight, because he didn't win that fight, he got disqualified. He said, just make the fight, and they said, well, you're going to get X amount. Now, Roy Jones, he was best pound for pound fighter in the world. Roy Jones knew that he was going to get a really small piece of the cake. But Roy Jones just said, I'm not bothered what it is. And he got really, really small money, and he'd been earning millions up to then. And he turned up and he knocked that guy out in round one. Now, why didn't Joshua just turn around and say, do you know what? I'll fight you, Wilder. And I'll give you this much. Joshua's still going to get millions. What's the difference between getting, I don't know, 20 million or 30? What does it matter? You can't spend it all, can he? Why don't Joshua just give 50-50 for 2 fights? And if he wins them, never do it again. Just get on with it for fans, because the fans are slowly starting to turn on him, and it's a shame. If he fights Wilder and knocks him out, fights Fury and knocks him out, I will back him to ill. But whenever we've got this greediness and this fakeness and this be humble and stay humble and Queen giving him MBE and OBE, it's not jealousy on my part, it's the fact that I know people that know him. And how much longer can he keep this charade going? How much longer? How much longer can he keep it going? I don't know. We don't know, do we? But he ain't like that. He's not like that in real life. Be humble and yes, no, and he's not like that, trust me. He's trying to be Frank Bruno. And Frank wasn't really like that behind closed doors, was he really? We all know that, don't we now? And he ain't like that. But all these people that are buying into it, they are Mongos. Mongos. I call them mongers. Mongers. That's what they are, mongers. Now, go onto a YouTube channel called Ultratech Sports Raw and tell Ultratech I told you to follow him. He's got a video on there called Lennox Lewis is Jealous or something, or I don't know. The beginning of it is one of the best starts to a YouTube video I've ever seen. It's something like when a certain demographic fails and we lose all hope or something, welcome to the world of mongery. It's something like that. And then people that follow him are from the world of mongery. That's my opinion. I am entitled to it. I see it with my own eyes. And I'm going to see now more politics than ever. All you're going to hear, do you know when people don't want to fight somebody, and this gets me mad, and I probably might even jack this channel in a year or something if I don't see any change in boxing, especially in the heavyweight division, which is blue ribbon division. I might jack it because I'm just sick of hearing about the word. Well, it's politics. Oh, it's like, oh, Porky, you're a dickhead. I said, well, you remember when you called me a dickhead? They go, oh, only banter. Well, it's like this, isn't it? Why don't you make that fight, Eddie? Well, politics, innit? Politics. We've offered them X amount, we don't want it. Well, why should they take 5 million and you get 35 or whatever? Share the love. Share it. Share the love. Why is it Carl Froch were paying people on pay-per-views great money, undercard, and look what Joshua's paying them now, and Bellew, look. When I heard last night what Bellew paid the undercard lads, and I'm not going to repeat it because he told me in confidence, this guy. When I heard what Tony Bellew paid them undercard lads for both Hay fights, the Cleverly fight and the Usyk fight, I was shocked. I was shocked. I've never been so shocked in my life when I heard, and I was comparing it in my head to what the guys got who were on the Froch undercard. And then when I heard the AJ ones, it were like similar. I thought, oh my God. But then when I looked at what Akoli were getting and Boatsi, totally different. It were like people should be privileged to be on a Joshua card. Like Dave Allen, going up there 3 hours, sat up there waiting to spar Joshua for 3 hours. And then somebody saying you're not needed. Do you know what I mean? Not even paying them. Eh? What's going on? They're up there, they've got all that free facilities up there at that EIS. McCracken's got all that lot up there. He's in charge of that up there. Can Frank Warren's fighters go up there? Mick Ennis's, Steve Goodwin's, Neil Marsh, Steffi Bulls, Richard Poxon's lads. Can they all go up there? Dennis Hobson's lads. Can they all go up there and use them facilities? Like the Matchroom lot. Can they? Why that? That's lottery funded up there. Lottery funded. What's going on? I just don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. It's one rule for one and sod everybody else. And it's starting to cheese me off really, really bad. No, there's a lot I could say, but a lot of what I say on this, you know, a lot of stuff, a lot of it has to be checked before it goes out, and this is why sometimes it's late, because we don't want to get sued, and there's a lot of stuff we can't say. Or there's a lot of stuff I say and don't go out, but so I have to word it, and I'm getting better at it now. It's like I'm becoming one of them, innit? It's like I'm becoming a company man, innit? Because there's stuff I want to say, and that I will say when I do that. Well, hopefully, if I do it, and I think I will, when I do that event thing for all hardcore fans, I'm going to get up on stage and you can ask me anything, and I'm going to blow lid off boxing. There'll be nobody filming me, but I can't say it on here, but I can assure you that there's a lot of things I don't like about the sport. Some horrible things that go on, horrible. There's people that grass people to the board. They go give statements into the board. Managers and trainers give statements to people and tell tales on them about them talking to fighters and stuff like that, and they have to sign these statements and put them into Robert Smith. And there's a few people that have done it. Oh yeah, there's people who you all know. There's people that have done it, and you'd be surprised. There's trainers I know that have had other people, and there's other trainers and managers there that have gave statements in Sheffield. And I'm like staggered when I hear all this, staggered. And there's people that have told tales about me at board, and it's come back on them, and I've been told by people in the know. And I think to myself, the world I've just come from, and I think to myself, God, how would they cope in that sort of world, doing what I were doing? Which is not to be proud about, but I think, how would these people cope? Grassers. But boxing's a great sport, and it'll always be in my heart. I love it so much. I love it. I love it. There's no bigger buzz than going to a boxing show, whether it's a small hall or a big one, or going in a boxing gym. It does it for me. Some people like horse racing, don't they? Kev likes horse racing. I like boxing. Kev likes football. He used to be a footballer. I like football, but I lost interest in it when Luis Suarez left Liverpool. But I'm boxing, me, through and through. Boxing. But anyway, peace out. I'm going to get a cuppa now. And I might as well take this camera into the cafe now while I make my cuppa and finish it off. So yeah, so it's one of them things, isn't it? It's a sport that we love though, isn't it? When you love a sport that much, you do your best on it. It's like I love my channel. I do my best on my channel, don't I? Keep on trucking. No milk. No milk. I better get some milk. Well, at least we can boil the kettle, can't we? But so that's about it really. My eyes look dark, don't they? My eyes look dark. Well, I've got black eyes, don't they? Saw that partying last year. So peace out, keep on trucking, keep supporting boxing, it's a great sport. It's 8:10 now and we've got 3 videos done today already. I'm attacking this channel now, aren't I? I am Superman. Yeah, we've seen what we've got on the wall here. Porky leaflet on the wall, eh? I thought somebody had ragged that down by now. John Brailsford printers. John Brailsford printers. That's them who did my pull-ups. Them pull-ups, see, that's another thing. If you want to set your channel up, you've got to go get a camera, haven't you? Get an office and all that. Got to get them pull-ups. They were, I can't remember, 300 or 400 quid, I think, something like that. Not cheap. No, I'll probably use them when we do that event thing. I don't want to call it an evening with Porky because I think that's a bit cringe, isn't it? Because I'm not famous. I just want to call it, I don't know, Porky's Corner. I don't know if anybody's got any ideas what we can call it. I know where I'm going to be having it. It's in Doncaster and I've already sorted that place out. It's just a case of enough people showing interest before we start paying money out. But hopefully we'll build the channel up in the next 3 or 4 months and we'll have it. But I'll probably take them pull-ups there. So, but yeah, so I'll get on stage. I'll tell a few stories, bit of music. We can have a raffle, can't we? And probably donate some money to some charity or something from it. A few ideas. Probably get some people to sign some gloves and that. But then you've got to fork out for gloves and all that. It's not doing something like that. It's not cheap, is it? But I'm willing to have a go. And if we all have a good night and everybody's happy. I mean, I'm not saying, oh, you need to come and meet me. I'm not special. I'm a dick. But you know, I'm having a go with this channel, and I'd like to think that we're all having a bit of fun with it, aren't we? I suppose everybody's seems to be giving me some nice comments lately, which is good, isn't it? There's plenty to talk about every day in there in boxing. It's like a soap opera, isn't it? It's like Dallas, isn't it, but with boxing gloves or gum shields. Anyway, so I'm gonna. Where's my keys? I'm gonna get some milk, and then I'm gonna do some scripts and go through emails. So, all right, peace out. Keep on trucking. Shout out to Frank Smith as well, at Berry and Danny and Dave. When glue is live, here's Johnny Nelson saying Povetkin's an harder fight for the big dosser than Wilder is. Oh my God. When glue is live, hashtag.
You managed to get the win. Now, Povetkin is got a pedigree. He can punch, he can fight. This guy can back up his bolts. This is it. You know, this is the toughest fight out there. Probably even tougher than Wilder. Physically tougher than Wilder. It's a tough one.
You think it is?
Yeah, man. It's a tough one.
You think Povetkin's a tougher fight than Wilder?
Physically, it's a tough fight. Wilder's up.
Oh my God. Let me turn him off. I think we're an ulcer. When glue is live, hashtag company man.